Yeah,
And
exactly.
we are recording.
Hi. Welcome to the Diary of Ishi. We did not have a game last week due to the American holiday, to the chagrin of our local Canadian. But here we are now, ready to pick up after 2 weeks of nada.
That's why we didn't play.
Yes. Well, last week a lot happened. Tori sent Orca and Mel to go run off and see if we can make a friend to let us eat for free in this so-called college town. And while these two were gone off on their innocent adventures, Hayne and Wolfheart approached her with the discovery of this book. And after they explained to her that the book probably should not be touched, given that it has the parts of the soul of an eldritch god, what does our lovely sorcerer do? She touches it. And after a horrifying House of Wax inspired sequence, the book ends up binding with her arm. So now she has a book arm. There has been some contemplation as to whether to cut off the arm, which we will touch back with when the game starts. While all this is going on, and after Ren passes out due to the trauma, Mal and Orca unsuccessfully end up trying to make friends. And while Mel has a bit more success, Orca unfortunately does not. In fact, pushing them away with her awkward sense of humor. Eventually Elias joins up with them, and while Mel decides to go back with the group, the two will go hunting. And when they come back, we all figure out what happened with Ren's arm, and we all have a long, lengthy discussion as to cut it off or not. And as this game is starting, we are trying to figure out what we're gonna do, while also eating. Da-da-da-da! Oh, and there was also a runaway blueberry that college students were trying to hunt down, and they were like they painted themselves in blue and had nets, so that was a thing.
Mel refuses to help. She finds it funny.
Was that good?
I'll allow it.
You'd fucking better.
It was good. It was good.
I'll allow it. What does that mean?
Means that he's an asshole sometimes.
Yeah. See, Josh, you keep doing that shit, and eventually one of us is gonna pull a Nestor.
What did the Nestor do this time?
15-minute recap.
You see,
I will
did that,
end
and that
myself.
Was bad.
Yeah, no, this was good. This was good. This was good. It was good. It was good. It was good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyways.
I'm gonna eat your pumpkin bread. God damn.
I'm eating dinner.
I swear to God, what do you want?
You can do both.
Church.
2 mouths to feed.
Just put all the food in your mouth at once.
Yeah, the front mouth and the back mouth, obviously.
Ew. No. Okay, we're moving on.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, no.
Again, phrasing.
I have 2 real quick things to point out. One is for you, Joe. Episode 28 is not in the playlist for this campaign. I noticed. Because I was curious about something, and boys, I'm gonna need you to step up your recap game. This week was B, last time was Krista, the time before that was me, the time before that was Krista, and the time before that was B. So I think us ladies are intro exempt for like until the new year.
This is
Honestly,
a volunteer basis. You guys are getting the points. Like,
fair enough,
if they
but
don't
come
want
on.
them, like.
I'm sorry. Who died and put Tori in charge of Wednesdays?
Hey,
It's not. It's an observation, a very true observation, dare I say.
An observation that was followed by what I would call a direct order.
I would call it an opinion.
I
A
said I
request,
think.
if you would.
So anyways, Ren's arm is fucked.
Yeah, and I have
a boar is
entertaining
being
joke to
cooked over
make.
the fire, and we're vibing. Okay, that's a lie. Mel is vibing.
Yeah. Mel was having about half an existential crisis until...
Oh no, she still is.
Well, yeah, but it's
just not the forefront.
it's a little quieter now.
Yeah.
Isn't her existential crisis just her living?
No, well...
Yes,
no,
but
the existential crisis now was...
in which she lived. lives.
Yeah.
Wait, he lives.
Yeah, the existential crisis now is: am I living? What does that mean?
Yeah, what does living mean?
What's it mean to
What
be alive?
constitutes living?
Listen, she sees the dead. The part of the group is fucking dead. She doesn't know what the fuck she is anymore. It's
She
fine.
sees the dead. She am the dead. Wait.
Exactly. So anyway, she's still having a crisis, but library arm is much more president issue.
Ren's sleeping right now, isn't she?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's
Mhm.
knocked the fuck out.
Where would
Yeah.
you like to start then?
Next morning.
Next morning. We start after the long rest.
I think
I
that's
actually
what we-
wanted to do something.
Oh,
that
that's
night.
right. Yeah, Hayden wanted something to
Yeah.
do. Hayden had something to do.
Hayden wanted something to do.
And someone,
I mean,
Hayden, what would you like to do? Would you like a coloring book? Would you like a puzzle?
we would like you to take his opinion
It's a
seriously on
pretty
this
fucked
matter.
up thing to say to the blind guy.
and
Yeah.
also, as a remaining point from last session, Tor needs to make that charisma saving throw.
Yeah, it's when I wake
Oh,
up.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh, boy.
it is when she wakes up. Yeah.
Just a
So,
reminder.
yeah. Oh, don't worry, I didn't forget. Nor did Ryan messaging me.
Yeah. I want you to make sure that you're aware of the consequences of your actions.
I am. Okay,
The
go Mike.
last tattooed arm.
Anyways,
What would Hayden like to do?
So, around 3 or 4 in the morning, Hane and Trig are going to leave to go to Rodolfo's place.
You would you go there and everything looks like it's quiet for the night.
Perfect. Trig is going to climb up onto a neighboring building to provide overwatch.
Sure.
While Hane, the best way I could describe this is swims up the outside wall of the building.
Okay.
Basically how this is working is he can like obviously go through walls.
Yeah.
And then as he is going through the wall, he's using the climbing speed that his armor now gives him to like grab handholds. Like he's like making like his hands partially corporeal to grab onto things so that he is like climbing up the wall while being inside the wall.
Okay.
I like it.
What's your end goal with this?
I am sneaking into Rodolfo's bedroom while he sleeps.
Okay.
Great
Yeah.
start.
You
This is
would,
very not Spider-Man of you.
Yeah. You could you
Moral.
navigate. I would actually say it doesn't take you very long to find him because he is not in his bedroom. As the way that you would have to approach the house unless you went around the side of the building would be by the front door. And the second you go to climb over, you'd hear him on the other side of the wall frantically ripping apart this office room that he's in.
All right.
Do you think he noticed?
Yeah, you think? All right, then with that information, then I will just sneak into the office without him noticing.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
All right. Oh, it might be nice to have my character sheet open, huh?
Would
Did it
Hayne
start?
have,
Normally helps.
would Hayne have advantage because Rodolfo is clearly fucking distracted?
Not in this situation.
I guess Rodolfo's perception check would probably be at disadvantage. Would probably make more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you sneak in, he doesn't appear to notice you at all. as he's just throwing books around and tables are flipped over. It is like a catastrophe hit this room.
I should also point out that I left like my thick overcoat and my hat with Trig, and I'm now covering like my head with just like a thick hood.
Okay.
Very Assassin's Creed of you.
Very
Thank you.
terrifying.
I'll watch him for a little bit, and then when he's like at like a point where he's like, I don't know, like kind of like scrambling on the ground, like going through like papers. I'll come up behind him and very quickly put one of my assassin blades to his throat. And I say, if you move just a little bit without me saying so, I'll slit your fucking neck.
Yeah, he just puts his hands in the air. It's like, okay, stranger.
Stranger, has it already been so long you don't recognize my voice?
It's ringing a bell. You see, he like, there's like a bead of sweat rolling down his entire face. I guess you'd feel it more than you'd see it, but you could sense the nervousness. And then you sense an understanding. He's like, oh, wait. I thought you were dead.
A lot of people thought I was dead. That's kind of what happens when someone betrays you and leaves you out to dry.
Is that what happened?
Insight check. I want to know what he fucking knows.
Okay.
Tell me what you know. Where's Rachel?
Where are the drugs?
Killing is making a choice. A choice between one life or the other.
Ooh.
He knows that something happened to you. That much is obvious. The betrayal aspect of it, he doesn't seem to know anything about.
So, it wasn't you then. And I'll take the blade away. Sorry about the theatrics, Professor. I had to be sure.
Of course. We collected our money. We were told that there was casualties. That was everything. Obviously, given my position, I wasn't there to witness it, so I just had to kind of accept that that's what happened. And go from there.
I see.
Have you heard from any of the others? I haven't really had any contact since coming here.
It's actually what I was just about to ask you.
Before or after the knife?
After.
Oh, good. That means you didn't plan on killing me. Or maybe you did, and you were gonna resurrect me some weird, strange manner of sorts. Pardon me. I need to sit down now. He just like turns a chair back up onto its feet and sits down. Oh, forgive the mess. I misplaced something, but would you like a seat?
No, I don't think I'll be staying long. Do you have any inkling as to where the others are?
Somewhat, yeah. Not anywhere around here, but last I had heard, there was let's see, Scheherazade.
It's pronounced Scheherazade, Josh.
Is it Scheherazade? Oh, okay, yeah. Scheherazade. Nah,
He's an
I was
old
gonna
white
fuck
man.
that
Give
up
him a
anyway.
break. All right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
Scheherazade. Yeah, I can see why I messed that up now. Scheherazade.
Sorry, I thought it was a more well-known name than that.
Oh, I've never heard it before. Scheherazade. I like
Remember,
that.
Mike, Josh is uncultured.
I am.
Fair
I'm white.
enough.
I'm more cultured, and I've still never fucking heard that one.
Arabian Nights.
Yeah.
I've even watched that. What?
Last I had heard, she was somewhere out at sea in the Arturian Ocean to the west, in between Kenkua and the Beluga Trench. I guess she had gotten paid a lot of money to protect a priest of some kind. Apparently, he was given a vision of great importance and needed protection. So, not sure if and when she'll be back, but I'm guessing that they'll have to dock in Kenkua at some point, or risk sailing north into the frigid tundra. Of course, there was Maz and Zardo. Last I had heard that they were hanging out in Koskaroba to the south. Something about a job there that they were looking into. But that was several months ago at this point. Not sure if they're still there, to be honest, but Minxie, I believe Minxie was down in the Colito outpost to the south. I'll link to these all to you guys too. So here's Kenkula. And the Beluga Trench is out over here. So
Oh, okay.
somewhere in between those two is where Scheherazade is at. And Koskaroba, of course, being the capital, is where Mox and Zardo were last reported. And then the Colito outpost is down here.
Oh.
Anders, last I heard from him, he was hanging out down in Erebon,
Oh.
down in the jungle. And Zix is last reported to be out in Hebsamaru. And I haven't heard anything about where Harak has been. Or is it Herrick?
It's Herrick.
Herrick. Haven't heard where Herrick's been.
Rick.
I see.
Oh, I missed a couple. Hang on. That's right. Hygiene.
Hygiene?
Hygiene. Yep. Was last seen in Hell's Haven Bandini. I love these names, by the way.
Thank you.
Was last seen in. Gotta go over to it. Merida. And Maggie of the Hills was last seen in between, roaming in between Libitina and Marseille.
Wow, you've really been keeping tabs on everyone, haven't you?
As much as possible. I mean, it wasn't really me too much. Had some people check in and say where they spotted some of the old friends, but they themselves haven't been by. But again, of course, these are speculations. It's some of them might not be in these spots anymore.
All right, well, appreciate the information. I'd also appreciate if you didn't tell them I was coming. As you've probably gathered, one of them betrayed me. I don't know which one it is yet.
Was it just one of them, or could it have potentially been more? Maybe they all betrayed you. Nah, they're not like that.
Yeah, I'd like to think that we were a bit closer than that. Besides, my captors, they only mentioned one betrayer. They didn't say it was several. So unless they were lying about that to fuck with me, I'm fairly certain it's just one of them.
I suppose that would make sense. How did you know I was here?
Would you believe it was pure coincidence?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I would.
Well, that's good, because that's exactly what it fucking was. You just happened to run into you. Now, I would leave you to find whatever it is that you're missing. However, I know someone that knows a little bit more about that.
Good. Okay. Wait, how do you know what I'm missing? Oh, it's obvious. It's a book. The whole library full of books. Of course, you're smart. You know, you're well aware. You can deduce logics and reasoning and... Alright, yeah, just getting a little bit paranoid after that. Yeah.
Right, well, I'll let him talk to you about that. And with that, Hayne will pull down his hood in order to show the full flame.
Oh, yeah.
And Hayne, the flame kind of like flicks from like a cool blue to like a bright red. And Hayne will say, "Where the fuck did you get that book?"
Oh. The tome?
I love how he's unfazed, but yeah.
No, he looks terrified. Like he just crapped his pants. I just was eating, so sorry.
You mean
Yeah.
you didn't crap your pants while you were eating? My immersion, Josh.
Yeah, what the fuck, God?
Hold on.
Yeah, this is really fucked up.
I can't force it out.
Oh god.
For Krista's sake, don't.
For all our
Oh, no.
sakes, don't.
For you,
I,
don't.
Wait, are you referring to the tome?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, mate.
Your head.
Yeah, that has nothing to do about what we're talking about right now.
It's very distracting. The tome, yeah, yeah, that one. He like turns and looks away, scanning the room to kind of avoid looking at you. It was I got it from a corpse.
And where did you find this corpse?
In the forest.
Dude, can you narrow it down a little bit? The forest is a bit wide.
Oh yeah, I found it in the wreckage of the city that's in there, or what used to be a city. It's kind of in the middle of everything. Very, very dangerous place. There's a lot of corpses there. I just happened to get lucky.
Wait, which ruined city? There's actually
sorry.
a couple. Okay, I thought that's the one you were talking about. It was like, but wait, there's
East,
also like, I guess Sableton, like that's not exactly forest, but there are trees, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it. What happened to the people there? How did they die?
That's what I was trying to find out. Nobody seems to know anything about the place, so I figured if I went there, there would be some information. And yeah, there was a lot of stuff there. I didn't have much of a use for most of it, as it's old armor and weapons and other pieces of strange technology that I don't understand. But the book was, I mean, it's practically like the guy was hugging it closely, as he must have experienced some traumatic unaliving.
Why do you say it like that?
The other word is very distasteful to me.
All right. Well, here's the deal. Your book has latched on to someone I care about, and it seems to be eating her arm or something. It's consuming her soul. I can't quite describe it.
Oh, that sounds terrible. I believe I know how to reverse that, though. It was another section of the book that I read.
Great, how?
There is a spell. It's a ritual to undo it. I can teach you how to do it if you are a powerful enough spellcaster. You can't unlock this feature until you have 7th level spell slots.
I don't even have one.
He's like, do gun count?
It's like the little pop up over there. the quest saying you cannot proceed until you're a higher level.
Yeah, no kidding. Is this a ritual that she'd be able to cast herself, or does someone else have to cast it on her?
She could cast it on herself, yeah. Yeah, it can be done on yourself or somebody else.
All
It's very
right.
simple, just very draining.
Well, I don't really think a second-hand knowledge with me as the in-between is really going to help, so I'll probably just have to bring them to you.
If it's urgent, I can go with you. I would very much like my book back.
She's sleeping right now. We'll come to you in the morning.
All right. I guess that eases my mind a little bit. I will also get some sleep.
Right. Well, sorry for barging in like this. Just had a few questions for you, and thank you for your time. And with that, I just walk out the wall.
You're welcome.
All right. I meet back up with Trig, grab my stuff, and then we head back to the barracks.
All right.
I fill Trig in on what happened. Now we can go to the next morning.
All right.
Bella's definitely still awake when you come back. She's just like,
Oh, are you?
yeah.
Okay. Then we won't go to the next morning yet.
Oh no, I shouldn't have said anything.
This is why we don't speak up, Krista. Why do we never learn a lesson?
Listen,
Why
I
do you
always
think
feel
I'm
like
always
I'm
quiet?
useless in game. I just wanted to do stuff.
Fuck you mean we? That's
Anyways.
on you.
The as you're sitting awake, experiencing your life's traumas unfold in front of you.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
In one corner of this barracks, there is a dog pile of spirits on repeat decapitating each other.
Oh.
It is a very bloody scene, and it is very fast as these corpses pile on top of each other, just one after another, as one falls and another one goes to scramble over them, and soon they are decapitated by the blade of somebody on the other side, who begins scrambling up the now a double pile and to get decapitated by somebody on the other side, who then, it's like a King of the Hill game, but it's all endless decapitation.
Okay.
And the hill is now the corpses.
Yeah, I got that.
The door opens in front of you to the outside, and an individual steps in with a very faint glow. And they look at you. The only thing you
just
can...
braiding ribbons. Okay.
They lock eyes with you, and you see the dim glowing light of their pupils as they make eye contact, and they look over at the corner, and they seem to be staring at this corner. And then they just shrug and walk past you. you hear a very soft female voice say, "You should probably get some sleep. They won't rest anytime soon."
Yeah. Yeah. Be less of a problem if I didn't hear him. Also, the dude who exploded himself just right outside the other side of the wall, I noticed that. So I'm hearing decapitation, explosion. My life is as what? Wait a minute. Hi.
Hi.
Was the female voice like the person who walked in?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure it wasn't more
Yes.
dead. She kind of like points to the corner. You see them?
All of them.
Oh. I have never met anyone else who could.
Neither have I. What's your name?
I'm Mel. What's yours?
My birth name is Alik Thalel.
Is that the one you go by?
It is.
Alright. Side note. Mel can't pronounce it. Krista, gonna struggle. Wait, shit, I don't have my notes pulled up. I need to write that bitch down. Leak the
I put it in the air.
Oh my god,
Just
that's worse. Alright, well, I put my spelling so I know how to pronounce it.
Fair.
Wait, where did you put? Oh, you put that in the note.
In the group
thing.
notes. Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah.
In the Grizzlies.
How? Do you know why you can see them?
I assume it's natural talent. Is there a different way that you're able to see them?
God, if I know, I just always have.
Like I said, natural talent. Being able to commune with those who have passed on is a skill. Very important one.
It is.
Ah, yes, I've made a lot of money working for the clergy. I myself am no cleric, but families will pay well to have somebody that can speak to their long-lost relatives.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I also work with investigative companies to figure out what happened to the likes of the dead. That also pays quite well.
I know someone who does that. We see different ghosts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Different ghosts.
Yeah. I don't see his ghost. His ghost can move on too.
Oh, he sees spirits.
Yes.
Well, more ghosts, I guess. You and I see spirits and souls, opposed to the ghosts. It's all very confusing.
I'm already confused. That's fair.
Either way, when did you first discover that you could see the souls of the dead?
That I remember? 4.
It's quite young. I think I
Yep.
was about 80.
Yes. Yeah, that. Yeah, my parents think that I've always been able to, but I only really got the words for it for 4. At 4. Yeah.
I understand how that is.
Yes. So, like, did it just, like, randomly happen one day where you're just, like, existing and then 80 hit ghost?
Mine was triggered more after a traumatic event.
No, yeah. Makes sense, makes sense.
Either way, I should be getting some rest. I've arrived later than expected, as my caravan was delayed during travels. But I need to be up in a few hours for a lecture. So, if you wouldn't mind pardoning me, I am going to be in that corner over there.
Hi. Night. It's nice meeting you.
You as well.
I thought this was gonna be so much worse. I really did.
And she excuses herself to the corner, where she sits and trances.
Cool. I'm braiding ribbons so they sit nicely around the little figurine before I give it to Wolfar in the morning.
Alright, and then unless you and Hayne needed anything else, then we will skip to the morning.
No. Morning.
Alright, morning. You all wake up gaining the benefits of a long rest.
Thank fuck, it's a new day. Finally, Jesus fucking Christ.
Finally, I'm free! The calendar, I'm free!
All right, how many sessions was yesterday?
4.
Technically, well, if we include this like
So
little part,
today needs
5.
to be 10.
No!
Well, technically, this little part was the next day because it was after midnight.
Shut the fuck up. Don't be that. Don't be
Day
that kid at the
doesn't
fucking
change until
sleepover.
we get our sleeps.
Josh,
God,
don't be that kid at
Josh.
the sleepover. Like, it's
Make a charisma save.
I know. Oh my god.
Make your Christmas save. Now you make it a disadvantage. She does this. Fuck you.
Charisma saving 12. Alright, dice, don't fail me now.
Ooh.
Hey, nice 22.
All right, you succeed. You
Yay!
feel
Could you imagine you fail?
the book attached to your arm. You feel the pages loosen, as they begin moving and shifting, only to then begin covering more of your body. As your entire half of your body is now covered in this page.
I'm sorry, what?
Half of your corpse is
I'm
now
so glad
covered
that
in the
went so
book.
well for you.
Corpse.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like the word. Why'd you have to use the word corpse for one? When you say
because-
half my body, you
Because
mean
he's stealing
like
it from me.
you mean like chest and like my one leg too, or
No, I
just
mean
like
right down the middle.
my
Oh.
face?
Yes.
Yeah, like you have been vertically bisected by leather binding.
No. Is
No.
it by binding or by page?
It is pages. The binding stays on the arm.
Oh, it's just okay. So it's just Paige has overtaken the rest of me.
Yep.
What?
She's now paper mache.
Do I feel this?
Half paper machine.
Oh yeah, it hurts like hell.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that was gonna be my follow-up question. Was like, what does this feel like? Does this feel like the
It
Like-
feels as if your skin is being ripped off and replaced by page.
So yeah. So have you
Yeah.
ever had a paper cut?
The worst kind
Like
of paper
that,
cut.
but everywhere.
Yeah, that well, because my question was gonna be because you know like when you say like when you poke yourself, right? Like you poke your
Yep.
skin, you're like, ooh, that's my skin. Or does this feel like so when I poke the book, does it feel like I'm poking me, or does it feel like I'm poking something that's over top of me?
You can feel it when you poke it. You feel that your nerves are still there.
Just instead of skin covering them, it's paper.
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 Yeah.
And then same on the leather part.
Yep.
Wait, can I see? Like, has it covered my eyeball?
Yeah.
Oh no.
This sounds horrendous.
Can I
Yeah.
see through the paper, or I'm now half blind?
You can see through it.
Oh. What the
As a matter of fact, you
Wait, is
see
my eyeball
like
paper? I
your
don't know. I have
eyeball-
no reflection.
your eyeball is paper. You also notice that everything seems to have like different numbers appearing in front of it and different letters, as if it's like an index that you're seeing on everything
Like-
that you look at.
Oh, like I have like augmented reality vision.
You have library vision.
I have library vision. What am I
What
seeing?
the
The fucking Dewey Decimal System on everybody's faces?
Yes.
Like, what-
Basically,
I was gonna say, do I like? Is this just like mumbo jumbo to me? What these like
Yes, you do
letters
not
and
understand
numbers? I got nothing. And is it like constantly changing when I look at like the same thing,
when
or
you
does
look
like everything
when you
have
look
a
at something
dedicated-
else, it changes.
And
if
if, I
you
look
stare at
back
one
to the
item-
thing-
Then it goes back to the same number.
Okay, so everything seems to have like,
Everything is cataloged according to
Okay.
your vision.
and it hurts.
So, like-
nice.
And it hurts. Yeah, it hurts like hell. You wake up screaming.
Oh,
as a
God, why
matter
do
of
I
fact.
have to keep either wake up screaming or going to bed screaming, and not in a fun way?
You know damn well why. You touched the
Yeah,
frickin'
you
book.
don't get to complain.
My saving throw, I had hope. Okay, I feel like there was.
Yeah,
could
you
be
also
hopeful.
succeeded the last one, remember?
Yeah, this is what succeeding looks like. Don't you feel like a winner?
Exactly.
I imagine she just like is like rolling. She like rolls over because she like grabs onto her side or like her arm and stuff, and then rolls off the bed, and just plonk onto the ground, and it's just laying there like, no.
Existence
Hey,
is
she's
pain.
no longer winter, I assume. The parts
Yeah.
that we can see that are made of skin still.
Yeah, no. Unless Josh is gonna tell me I'm locked into winter. My intent was
Oh, no,
summer
you're
waking
not.
up. Okay, cool.
No, actually, no. You're an Inkaladrin. Fuck you.
You're paper Aladrin.
No.
You've actually just reverted to a wood elf.
It's not an Eladrin, it's an Inkladrin.
Uh-huh.
Inkladrin, excuse me.
Yeah, so she wakes up screaming, falls off of her bed.
Has just like she's rolled so she's like laying face down with her forehead just pressed into the floor, and she's just like holding onto her arm and the side of her body, and it's like, we'll say the screaming has semi died down, but it's now just like never ending like moaning and groaning because it hurts.
Mel's now like on her bed looking down at Bluebell.
I'm gonna say there's probably not very many words.
No.
I mean, the words are on your body, so.
Yeah.
Just-
I mean,
just
it's
a
literally
whimpering-
written on your face.
just a whimpering acknowledgement of existence.
She like
Uh,
bonks her head into the floor, just like lifting
Yeah, I
her
was gonna
forehead and just like bonk.
say, like, if no one else, either A wakes up, but also I'm guessing Haynes just kind of off doing its own thing. It's just like the call of.
Hayne is making his way across the room at the sound of screaming in pain.
Okay,
Orca
Fair.
woke up to the screaming and pulled out her sword, looking for the sword that was screaming.
Classic.
Orca, no, you can't cut off half my body.
I'm currently
Orca
sat
just like
on
looks
now, so-
down and sees what the fuck, and just like puts the sword down and just like trying to like see what's going on.
so even though like Haynes on his way, Mel's just Hayne, still calling out for the either way.
I am running through the beds because it's faster.
It is, yeah.
Ren will definitely put like her hand out at some point and not knowing if it's bad for other people to touch the book, will just be like, don't touch. Also, it's one of those things where when you're hurt, you're like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me.
unclean.
Touch me, I'm sterile.
Shut the fuck up.
Bluebell, why did you touch the book? Jesus Christ.
Not the time, Orca.
Oh shit, it's gotten worse.
Well, we can't definitely cut off the arm now. There would be no point.
She just glares at you from the
it's-
book eyeball. It's very uncomfortable.
It's all right.
just-
I went back to Rodolfo last night. He knows a ritual to reverse the process.
But
Elias kind of
Would
walks
any of
in
us
casually after
be able
seeing
to
everyone
do
else
it?
pour into this room. He's like, "Hey guys, what's going? Holy shit! Oh my god, what happened to her?"
But would any of us be able to do it? That's
Anyone that's a powerful enough caster.
How are you all so calm right now?
I'm not. I'm freaking out inside. But you know what? I'm good at pretending.
Orca just looks at Elias and just like gestures.
Yeah, it's gross.
Gestures at sword in hand.
Well, no, sword's down. She's just Latina gesturing.
What is that even?
I'm glad that transcends universes.
Amazing.
Of course it does. It's B's lived experience.
Orca is Latina.
Would Rodolfo be able to do it to help her?
Josh, I would know Rodolfo's like skill level, right? Like he's a priest in his own right.
Yeah. You would know that there's a pretty good chance he would be able to do it.
Yeah. I mean, he offered to teach it to somebody, but I'm fairly certain he can do it himself.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
So when I first got Yield book, I had a voice poking around in my head.
Yep.
Which I guess I never really got a name, but I guess she's just gonna make a safe assumption here that it's probably some fragment or maybe little piece of Calyptos in her brain. And so she's gonna just kind of go poking around in like her own mind and just be like and just see if he's or whatever
Hey.
and just to see if he's still in there hanging around and she's just gonna like within the cavern of her mind just be like yelling out for him. Just being like, hello. New neighbor, are you home?
Your covered eye, you feel it close. and you feel your eye as if it's rotating itself backwards to peer inside your own mind.
God.
Ah,
Cool.
Tori,
that's not how the body works.
Look, I didn't think he was gonna go body horror. I mean,
Really? You at this point you didn't think body horror was on the table?
And so what do I see inside my own skull?
You see half of your skull, at least on the inside, where you would expect your brain to be, is now a swirling mass of void.
Oh, so I have half a brain.
Well, functionally still full brain.
Yeah,
That's fine. You weren't using that half anyways.
that's fair.
Is she using the other one?
Sometimes.
Only when Bretta's involved, apparently.
I mean, that's a good time to use it.
You feel the voice echo through your mind. Says,
Fuck off.
okay, Lurch.
I mean, it was more than ringing. What the fuck is going on?
the power is taking hold.
I know we didn't exactly sign an agreement, but this I don't think is what was... Not cool! Why? Are you trying to kill me? Because this feels like you're trying to kill me, and that seems very not useful for a host.
Death is not imminent.
No, that's worse.
Okay, what does that mean? Is it like tomorrow?
Death will not be imminent tomorrow.
Oh, you're so literal. Okay,
Is he saying eminent or imminent?
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm pretty sure it's imminent.
Oh, okay.
So if I let you, are you gonna like paper mache my whole body? What is going on?
The power will consume your flesh.
Why do you have to take my skin? I have nice skin. I like my skin. Can you put the paper like under my skin? Can we do something else? I can't walk around like a paper person.
If your skin covers the power, its power will be nullified.
Okay, well, why couldn't you have checked with me first? Can we just do this like at a slower pace? Can you pull back a little bit?
You agreed to this when you read the book.
I did agree to this, but like we didn't discuss terms. This is really fucked up of you.
Terms did not need to be discussed.
I say they should be.
You agreed.
This is my
without
body.
understanding them. That is your fault.
This is my body. You're using my body.
It is no longer yours. It belongs to the power.
You realize if I have you ripped out of me, I will ensure that you never see, or this book, or whatever this fragment of you is, will never see anyone or anything ever again. You'll be trapped in your own little void of nothing for as long as I could possibly allow it.
That is a risk I'm willing to take.
Is it?
It is.
What if I just take you with me? Like, to death?
Then I will come back stronger.
See,
and
that's
your
where we
soul
have...
will be lost.
There's a little bit of an awkward problem there. My soul is kind of already given to somebody else. So is, like, my time of life. You've sort of picked a bit of a bad horse to tie yourself to.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay, Dice, now really don't fail me, please. Please! Please! I beg of you, Hina! Give me your luck!
Oh.
Let me make a contested check.
7 is so. It's a piece of a god. He's gonna roll a 42 on the dice.
Actually, I rolled a 16 on the dice.
Ugh. And you're gonna tell me it's a
Plus
plus
20.
0.
Nope.
So we tied.
I understand your dilemma.
I don't think you do.
I just don't care.
Okay, so what happens if you turn me into a total paper person?
You gain the full power.
And do I, as a person, just disappear to the power?
You will still be alive as yourself.
Do I still control myself?
Yes.
And how much do you control me?
The portion that you do not.
That.
You want to elaborate on how much that is?
About half.
And the non-bookie parts.
So you're saying we're gonna 50-50 split my body and mind?
I have no use for your body. Only your mind.
About to say, watching her walk would be interesting.
So say I give in. What do you want? What do you plan on doing with me?
Using the power.
Oh, come on, stop being such a cryptic and vague god. Why are you guys always like this? Honestly, I have talked to so many of you, and you're just all so weird.
We must use the power to enact the greater plan. Ultimate destruction.
Of what?
Everything. And your eye rolls back,
Cool.
snapping forward.
What the fuck was that?
Well, I mean,
I'm
I don't
assuming
fucking
this
saw
was
any of
like
that.
yeah.
this was not like in the moment of like a second. This was like over a bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was muttering to myself, basically.
I also assume
because she was muttering and unresponsive, Hane has since picked up Ren and is already like leaving to take her to Rodolfo's because this is clearly like
full possession type shit.
Oh, I was gonna say you go to Rodolfo's because I don't know if it's good to pick her up or not.
Hayne probably
Yeah,
is the only
right.
person who can, because he'll probably just
I mean,
maybe
yeah,
see
yeah.
voidy visions.
I mean, Hayne, as far as we know, is the only person to not be affected by this.
Well,
He is maybe the only safe person to do so.
as you
just
pick
like
her
lay
up,
her on the bed.
because it would be difficult to pick her up without touching a portion of her that's covered by the book. I need you to make contested charisma save.
Oh.
Against
like
me? Or
Yes.
oh. Oh yay.
I wonder who's gonna win.
I mean, I could roll really poorly.
And I can roll really well. We'll see.
Yeah.
True.
2, 1. I
Alright.
see. Never mind. It went the other way.
You're able to pick her up without issue.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
I continue to be too dumb to possess.
I mean, I feel like that's less too dumb and more just not interesting enough,
Yeah, that's fair.
which is probably more
Not
more
interesting
thing if you
enough.
knew that was happening.
I'm too boring to possess. It's such a fucking mood. A god just comes up and is like, oh, and just leaves.
Yeah. Oh, Dullahan, seen it before.
Oh God.
It doesn't even
I
have
mean,
a head.
especially
It's
since-
clearly broken.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially since this guy already does that with his own minions, and
When,
also doesn't have a head of their own, so it's just like, nah.
Yeah, when Ren comes to and notices she's being carried, she kind of just freaks out because she's like, don't touch me. And so we're gonna do this song and dance again, and we're gonna try and get away. So we're rolling against
I'm
each other
already
again.
like carrying you. Whatever was gonna happen, it has to happen.
It is. Too bad. We're in pain. We don't make thoughts. So let's go,
Okay.
buddy.
All right, let's. Yeah.
Orca's following, and she's just like trying to do like prayers in silence, trying to like she has no idea what's going
Even
on.
my
She's like,
thoughts are screaming.
Yeah, I mean, you get your choice of athletics or acrobatics, but I'm assuming neither of those are
Ooh,
great.
it's +1 or a +3. Let's go.
Okay, fair.
No,
Close. It was close. Closer than the charisma saves. However, it took me rolling a 14 to get that, whereas Mike had to roll like a 6.
Yep.
Yeah, Hayne couldn't roll below that.
Yeah, I rolled my minimum.
Yep.
True.
Woohoo.
are we all following
Woo-woo.
as this is happening?
I mean, I would assume so, yes.
You have control of your person. You can make that choice.
Well, I know Orca is
Orca just trailing with sword out. It's
praying. She's out here praying
Oh,
to
right,
a
true.
violent goddess. Just like, please, like I don't like, Mom, help.
Ren is just like, I was so excited to wake up and be like, look at my arm, I did it. And now, okay, maybe I'm having second thoughts, kind of, but like this could still probably work, right? Maybe.
Maybe
No.
having second thoughts.
Bluebo,
Fine.
it's already gotten worse. You woke up in pain.
Well, yeah, but that's just because I'm fighting against it. I could just let it happen, and then it'll
Bad
be fine.
idea.
What,
Oh
what's
yeah,
he
that's a
said?
great idea.
Like, what has he said? If you can hear him.
Just casual god things. I mean, it can't be all that bad to be paper, right?
Come on, let's elaborate a little bit. What does casual god things mean?
She just looks over Haynes' like shoulder and like kind of just glares at you with the paper eye. It's super it's just weird. And she's just like, "What do you think, Orca?" And it's
Hey,
just like,
My goddess didn't want me to destroy the world. I don't know what he wants from you.
your goddess was like a blood-sucking vampire. Don't talk to me.
That was my first goddess. I'm talking about the second goddess. Gotta get
Well,
them right.
maybe get less than 2 gods. How about that?
I have one god.
Okay.
You know,
I'm so glad I got to go
is-
back to summer.
I gotta say, Bluebell, your house is made of way too high a percentage of glass for you to be throwing stones right now.
Actually, I'm made of wood. Thank you very much. Or wood pulp. Ow, and leather, which is I guess animal. Ew, I'm made of animal. Gross.
Hayne,
I mean, technically, you were made of animal before.
you can't see Wolfart because he's behind you, but Hayne, you can just feel the heat of just pure, unadulterated rage.
Technically, I can see in all directions.
That's true,
I was
yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Smell-o-vision.
I mean, I just figured that it was directed in a certain, quote unquote forward more.
Like a cone.
Yeah.
Ren,
But
since Ren is looking
yeah,
over.
that's fair.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's
since Ren
what
is
that's
looking
what
over Haynes' shoulder. She
that's
can
what people
definitely see
believe.
this.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, just the burning hot, just flame
White
of
hot intensity of 1,000 suns.
But bro, you need to chill.
Bluebell. You're losing your shine.
Okay, well, don't bring my vanity into this. That's not okay. That's rude.
It's not your, I'm talking about your soul. I can see it withering. It's getting taken over. You're not going to be
To make
you
you
if
feel
we
any
let
better,
this.
you are still very shiny, like in a sweaty way.
Gives him the middle finger over Haynes' shoulder.
Do we have a backup plan in case this doesn't work? I
No.
want to get this.
We barely had a plan.
Yeah, I don't think we have a replacement Bluebell.
Wolfheart, without a word, scrapes the blade of the axe that he's holding against his.
No, that doesn't count.
And it catches fire.
Ren just looks at Wolfheart, and she's just like, "You are the last person who can judge me right now. All right?
Is he?
I'm sorry. Are any of you also living with something inside of your head?"
That's-
I mean, you kind of put it there, didn't you? With the
I
book.
didn't know this was going to happen.
Whatnot.
I had a plan. This wasn't the plan, okay?
Well, the
Okay,
plan
well,
You
has
said it
gone
like it's his
awry.
fault.
It's time to fix it. That's where
I
we're
get
going.
that.
Yeah.
Tell Wolfheart and his stupid, ragey alter ego to stop looking at me like he wants to cut me down like a forest.
Well, it's not going to come to that. I trust Rodolfo. I believe he knows what he's doing.
In worst case scenario, he can train somebody else. There's always an option. We have our options.
Why
I
are
think
you
this
so
is a
angry?
very
Wolfheart?
long.
Like, you look like you're about to break your teeth. You're gritting real hard. Just wondering what's going on over there.
Are you talking
How
to
about-
Wolfheart?
Yeah, I asked. I said that. Maybe my mic might have cut out. But...
No, there was 3 people talking at once.
Oh, then I guess someone must have cut out for me because I didn't hear. My bad.
Tensions are high.
You can repeat, Joshua. Go.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just saying. Wolfheart was like, so, yeah, what's going on with you? Why are we setting things on fire? Why you look so mad? Think you need to calm down.
There will be calm when the moment has passed.
I think being calm in the moment would be more pertinent. I don't think the flaming axe is helping. You know? Maybe we just put that out. For the love of God, get the woman who is half made of paper away from the man with the flaming weapon.
Could you imagine?
Wolfheart just stopped walking.
I'm now weak to fire as I am half paper.
Wolfheart just stops walking and lets you all go.
Bren having like conflicted emotions, being like, "Wow, I see how it is. You're not willing to stick it out." At the same time, she's like, "Oh, thank God."
Now, why don't you all go visit the nice doctor, and I will stay here and keep Wolfheart company.
Just continuing to walk. I'm not even like paying attention anymore.
Okay, bye. Have fun.
Orca looks at Wolfheart and Elias and just looks at Elias and gives him a look that's she's trying to emulate. Please don't piss him off. Please don't piss him off.
I like my
More.
teeth where they're at. Don't worry.
Yeah, to Rodolfo's.
Yeah.
So as they all walk
let's-
away, just like in passing, not to extend the moment, I just look at Wolfheart and I'm like, so, want to play cards?
Want to help me roast a pig?
Yeah, we can resolve whatever happens there after the fact. Resolve
You
the
guys,
first.
You guys get to Rodolfo's. You find that the door to Rodolfo's place is slightly ajar,
Terrible sign.
and there
What's in-
And I
what's
hate
in
when
the jar?
transmutation wizards fuck up the spell.
Wait, what?
There appears to be smoke billowing from within. Not a lot, a little. Billowing out through the open door.
Orca goes forward because fire probably Bluebell should not be near the fire, so Orca goes in to investigate.
Okay. You push the door open. You hear the crackling of a fire off to the left, and you see Rodolfo in his office, seated at the table, reading a book and sipping his tea.
Oh, lovely. So there isn't a scuffle or
Does
anything.
this dude
Lovely.
just not
Great.
have a chimney, so he has to vent his house through the door?
Out the door.
Wait,
That's so
What?
stupid.
is there even a fireplace?
Terrible home design.
Not in the office, but you hear what appears to be cooking from within the kitchen on the left side of the house.
Oh my god, that's
Orca
hilarious.
sees Rodolfo and just like slams her hand hard on the table. Frankenstein, we need your help now.
Frankenstein.
Good morning to you too. I was up late last night and I'm sipping on my tea. Oh, good lord!
Yeah, let's go. Orca's like waving her sword around like.
Okay, put the sword away. He can't help if he gets hurt. Like,
Okay,
Move.
fine. She puts
like,
the sword on the
push.
table.
As we get here, Ren is just gonna she's gonna sort of like nudge on Haynes' shoulder and she's like, okay, you can put me down, please.
There's like a moment where like Hayden thinks to ask, is like, "You're not gonna run, are you?" But he's like, "Nah, I can run faster than her."
hey,
And so yeah, he'll put her down.
No, just give me the 6 seconds to do teleportation circle. Just
6
disappear.
seconds.
Well, it's like one round.
10
right?
rounds.
It's 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It's about a
duration of
minute.
one round. Right. No, it's
Yeah.
the duration of one round. I looked at the wrong
minutes.
one. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
looked
it
at the
is
wrong
10
one.
minutes. Yeah.
You gotta draw the circle and everything.
Yep. Yeah, you put Orca down. Not
No,
Orca.
the casting time of teleportation circle is 1 minute.
Oh, I
is
was
it?
right.
I thought it was 10. Oh, okay.
No, it's 10-foot diameter circle, but it's a 1 minute cast.
Ooh, there's the
I
10.
guess K2 just took his time with it.
He was really, really like artistic with his
I mean,
teleportation
it
circles.
wouldn't surprise any of us that K2 was dramatic about it.
Yeah. I
One
imagine,
small mistake and we could end up 1 foot to the right. I gotta make sure it's precise.
We're all just standing there like, dude, we've seen so many other people cast this spell and it didn't take this long. It's like, shut up! Don't rush me. We're like,
I had to break for coffee.
You can't practice artistry.
Anyway, yeah, you set Ren down. Dr. Rodolfo moves over and is like, "That's definitely the work of the book."
You don't say. Ren's gonna look over at the other non-undead-esque individuals of the party who are with us.
hi.
And just be like,
Oh.
I need you guys to just wait outside. This is enough already. Just outside.
Okay.
All right.
Mel, very
Call her,
worried.
call her if you need me. She carries the sword and she just kind of brandishes it like
She-
threateningly, like.
She just goes like,
Stop
Orca,
with the
if you hear
sword."
screaming, you can't just barge in, okay? Not my screaming.
Well,
You can only barge into
fine.
Haynes screaming.
Okay, Hayne, scream if you need me to come in.
Like, because there's probably going to be
That's
screaming.
her
from
signal.
me.
That's her signal. And then she just walks out, but she's like making eyes at Rodolfo, just like, you better get it together.
What the fuck?
Very threatening.
She gives Mel a very small wave, like, it's okay.
Mel gives a small wave back and scoodles out. You're very snuggly today, my love. Hi.
Hi.
Not you!
Yeah, Josh, you're not snuggly at all today.
Shit.
You're being kind of a bastard about it.
Yeah, it's because of the shit from earlier.
I think Pluto's very happy with my heated blanket being on.
Probably, yeah.
All right. So Dr. Rodolfo is like, well, we can get started. Is she strong enough to cast a spell on her own?
It depends on how strong I need to be to cast this spell. Nobody really knew.
You need
She's
7th
strong
level
enough.
spell slots to unlock.
No, Rodolfo, I don't have 7th level spell slots, okay? My leveling is now also being time gated, so I'm even farther away.
All right. Well. If she's not strong enough, I can do it.
Is there any way we can help?
Yes, there is. I'll need you to go into the kitchen and grab some sage from the counter. It's hanging above it. Make sure it's dried sage. I'll also need 6 raspberries, 8 blueberries, and a pumpkin.
Ren's like trying to think to herself, like, what the fuck this spell could possibly be. She's like, what the fuck are these components?
They're just components for more tea.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, the sage is for the spell. Everything else is a snack for him.
Yeah, right. I
Nancy's making a fruit salad.
Can I tell whether these are like actually needed for the ritual, or is this just to get me out of the room for the ritual?
Make an insight check.
All right.
It's both.
Ooh.
Okay.
It is stuff that's needed, but mostly he just needs the space at the moment.
Okay. Are all of those things in the kitchen, or do we have to go berry picking?
Oh, they've all been prepared ahead of time, mostly because I used them for my snacks. But it's okay. This is more important.
All right, and I'll run to the kitchen and grab the stuff.
All right. And as you leave, Rodolfo goes, "All right. Well, I guess we'll get started." He just grabs your wrist, Ren.
I was gonna say right while they were having, I didn't want.
Oh, okay.
When we got here, or I guess even as we were kind of like approaching, Ren would have tried to go back into her brain, to see if she could, because she's sort of panicking a little bit, because this is kind of what she wants and also what she doesn't want at the same time. So she's gonna try and see if she can get in touch.
Women, am I right?
Get in touch with the ye old neighbor in her head again. And she'll just sort of like call out to Calyptos once more.
All right. You call out to the resident in your brain.
Yep.
And they respond with, what is it you need?
Okay, so I don't know if you've been following what's been going on, but so the plan is, and because I don't think no matter what I say they would let me keep this going on, their plan is to effectively rip this off of me. Which, I mean, the pain, not cool, not great. I could honestly live without it, and I'd kind of let them. But I do need you. So we need to figure something out. Or else, well, you won't be coming back to me. And you could be waiting again a long time. A really long time. Before you're tied to anyone else. Or you're destroyed. That's another option. And I wouldn't put it past one of my other party members to probably destroy you. Very, very, very quickly. With no hesitation. And she sort of like flashes the image of Wolfheart in her head with his flaming like weapon and his very, very rageful look, to sort of really drive the point home that chances are this book will not survive if it gets pulled off of me.
Very well.
Can we come to some kind of agreement? Look, I understand the whole paper thing. What if I don't need you what if I don't need this right now? What if we could just stick with the leather and the arm, and we could do the paper later when I'm able to handle it? Because right now it's a bit much. It's a bit much. And you wouldn't even be able to use me right now anyways. And I have plans that you would appreciate, destruction and whatnot. Maybe not to the same scale, but we can work up to that. And she'll sort of flash in her mind again her kind of grand plan for whatever duration of her life, and the destruction of some some archfey and some plans of changing things through the destruction of said archfey. So there's still destruction, in the future. We could work it out. We could figure it out. We could do something. And besides,
Make a persuasion check.
If we destroy everything, then there's nothing left for you to destroy. So balance.
Now
the avatar. Actually?
No.
Okay, I was like, what? What do you mean? Okay, come on, dice. Please. It got slightly better. 2 better.
The real thing is, do I be a dick by pointing out that the total destruction of everything is what Calyptos wants?
Yeah, but then after that, you're just done, Like, you can't keep destroying.
Yes.
He doesn't want to continually destroy.
Yeah, but nobody's probably ever given him the thought of, like, but then what happens after? You're just done. And, to a god, you're like, wait, I'm done. And that's boring for a god. See, God's always thinking, like...
Yes,
hundreds.
please, tell me how gods think.
They do! God's always thinking, like...
Yes,
like,
please, use your mortal
ultimate...
perspective to understand an eldritch entity that does not adhere to anything that you understand as sane.
Well, listen, that's why you gotta...
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen! Yeah,
anyways.
Giving him something to think about, giving him some entertainment in whatever life he has left.
All right. You get no response, but you have this feeling of understanding.
Oh. Am I still paperified?
Yes.
Wait, has my eye rolled back? Have I been booted out of my...
Now your eye rolls back, yes.
Okay. I guess we'll say all that was happening during this discussion of fruit and...
Okay. Yeah. So now back to the present moment, as Hayne rushes to the kitchen, and Dr. Rodolfo reaches out and grabs your wrist. At point of contact, the pages shudder back to your arm, and your arm quickly spools up, and the book completes itself and falls to the ground, leaving half of your body without flesh.
Oh, ha, ha.
Oh.
Question.
Really?
Did that feel like so did this...
It felt as if half of your body just lost all of its skin at once.
No, I know, but did it happen like literally the pico microsecond homeboy here touched me? Like, do I feel like it's his fault?
Not necessarily his fault. As you still feel this lingering soul within you.
I'm sorry, I kept Calyptos and lost the book? Is that what you're telling me?
As the book drops to the ground, he goes, "Oh, that's different. I wasn't expecting that. Here." He casts some healing magic on you, and your flesh returns before you could die.
Horrific. Absolutely horrific.
God.
As the book just hits the ground, and he's like, "Huh. I think we got it."
She just looks at him like her face is like, we? Ren in her mind is like, bitch, you had nothing to do with this. You were just here.
Hayne comes back with the stuff. And he's
Just
like,
in his arms, a pumpkin and a bunch of berries and some
Yeah.
sage.
what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
It went a lot better than I was expecting. I reached out to cast the spell and perform the ritual, and the book just whoop, unfurled, and off it fell.
Does the book just look like ordinary book? Like, does it still give off its weird vibes? I yoink Haynes smell-o-vision.
The book is a book. It has the soul of a book, the smell of a book, the sight of a book. It's a book.
Yeah,
It's a
so
book.
I would also see
Acts
that.
like a duck.
You would also see that the soul is not in the book, yes.
Ryan, what did you do?
She's just gonna kind of like reach out and just like flip open the book just to like look at its like total normal pages, kind of like in bewilderment. And then look at her hands, which are now both hands and not one. One is not bookified. And just sort of like be like, she's not talking, she's just like touching her skin where it's skin, where for a very brief moment there was no skin. And I think there's just it's a no thoughts head empty kind of moment, because she's just like traumatized from having half of her skin ripped off of her body and feeling it.
I was in an exceptional amount of pain 2 seconds ago. Huh.
It's one of those things you'll probably never forget, you know?
Fair.
Josh, can I see the soul of the book in Ren?
Yes.
As Ren doesn't answer me, I'll turn to the professor and I'll say, Professor, it didn't work. It's still very much in her.
Oh.
Ren just looks up. She kind of like finally snaps out of it, hearing like the conversation that she feels like is about to happen. And she's just like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
What exactly makes this fine? You still have the soul of that thing in you. I can see it. It's right there.
Points, aggressive pointing. She'll sort of just like put her hand in that spot and just be like, it's fine. We came to
aggressive pointing.
we came to an agreement. It's okay. The skin ripping was not cool, and I wish I had been warned about that one, but yeah, everything's okay. I feel fine.
And how long before it's not okay again?
Sure, her mouth just kind of opens and then shuts because she doesn't have an answer for that one.
Listen, Ren, you already thought this thing was under control yesterday, and then it took over half your body in the night. I don't know what it's promised you, but clearly this thing is a parasite. It's going to try and take over your body again.
It didn't promise me anything.
Then why don't you want to get rid of it?
It was me. I made the promise. Or well, it wasn't really a promise, but I was the one who asked.
Why?
It's complicated. She sort of like side eyes Rodolfo and kind of is like scooting away from him. She's like, "Get your get away from me." Also, because she's like, "I don't really want to have this conversation here."
Professor, can you give us the room for a moment?
Your room.
Just step out. This is my house. If you're going to have a conversation, I would prefer. I mean, at least go into the other room. Why am I talking like Kate? Go into the other room.
Rodolfo learning something about himself.
If you're gonna have a private conversation, I would prefer to get back to my tea. Please
Have
leave
your
the
tea
berries.
somewhere else.
Fine. Give me the berries.
And the pumpkin. Or does he
Leave the
leave
pumpkin.
Hayne with the pumpkin?
Just leave the pumpkin.
Takes the berries, leave Hayne holding a pumpkin and some sage. Like, what?
Oh yeah, give me the sage too.
Okay, you're just left holding a pumpkin.
Just put the pumpkin on a table.
Don't you put that pumpkin on the table?
Feel weird holding a pumpkin anyway.
You can put it on your head.
Stop it.
It's very headless
Leaves the
horseman of you.
room.
Yeah, that's the realization of it. She was like, now I'm just
Yeah.
holding a pumpkin like a fucking, no, I'm holding
Yeah.
a pumpkin.
You're really leaning. Brent's just like, I don't know what it is about this, but this makes sense. You should hold pumpkins more often, hey?
Forget about the pumpkin. What is going on?
I can't even, do I call it a deal? I don't know, it was very vague. I kind of just begged, and it kind of worked, somehow. I wasn't expecting it to. It was mostly in blind panic, but it worked. I told
Begged
myself I
for
wouldn't do that.
what?
What? Time, I guess?
Time?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, want to turn into, and she, like, looks down at the book, like, with an accusing, like, glance, just like, cute book. Well, I didn't want to become paper. Although it was really interesting. Everybody was numbered. Everything was numbered. It's very odd.
You weren't going to become paper. We were going to remove everything.
I know, but I didn't want that. I mean, removing the book part was nice because it really hurt a lot. And I mean, I said we could keep the leather part, or we could just delay the, what we call it, bookification, I guess, of my person until I could handle it. But I guess we went with full separation of book and soul into what we have now. That
And
seems fine.
why do you want that?
I mean, okay, I can't say that this exact situation has been my plan all along, because that would be that would just be impressive. Like, I think it would be a round of applause for me if I could have planned that far into the future. But this, and she sort of gestures to, like, all of her. I mean, I was looking for something like this the whole time.
Something like what? What did it give you? What is your, like, gain in this deal?
Power?
What kind of power? Because all I've seen this book give you so far is a lot of pain.
They kind of go hand in hand. But I haven't quite figured out what the power is exactly yet. But, there's I guess now I have the time to figure that out.
So it gave you a vague promise of power. You don't feel any different? You don't feel more powerful?
I mean, if I went and dug for it, probably. But I mean, like, at the current state of who I am right now, it would probably, like, rip me apart at, like, a base level if I tried to use it, which is, I think, why originally it was sort of going to be through the book and the pages. Probably the reason I'm still alive right now is that whatever is inside of me isn't actually doing anything. Because realistically, it could just probably, like, absolutely just, like, destroy me if it wanted to, but it also needs me to live, or whatever living is for something like that, I guess.
It really doesn't. This is just a fragment of a god. The god lives off in other fragments. Destroying, like, this fragment wouldn't destroy the god. It would just live on in something else. This whole agreement that you've made, it's very reckless. Like, there's you say you wanted power. It gave you power, but you don't feel the power. It can destroy you at any moment. You have its word telling you that it's not going to do that.
Not even that, really. It was I got a vague sense of understanding, and then I lost half my skin.
This whole situation, it really seems like a lose-lose scenario. There's other sources of power in the world. You don't have to latch yourself onto this one.
Too late now.
No, it's not. The professor can still do the ritual.
I don't want the professor to do the ritual. I didn't want the professor to do the ritual in the first place. I mean, well, part of me did. It really hurt, but that was pretty much the only reason why. Look, Hayne, most of my life has simply just been... I mean, my whole life has been just power both, ripped away from me, and then shattered into itty-bitty pieces, and then sort of filling in all those cracks again. This is nothing new. And what better way to deal with gods than with a piece of a god?
Deal with gods? What god are you going after? I thought
guess
you
there's
just
more
wanted
like-
to kill some Fey people.
I mean, I guess, okay. I guess to some people, Archfey can be viewed as gods, but they're not. They're on like a different. It's like a sliding scale, When did I say I wanted to kill Fey people? Well, okay, I guess there's maybe a couple, but like not like some like mass murderer.
That's not what I meant.
Oh. Even then, I don't think I ever really wanted to kill them specifically.
I got the vibe that you wanted to, like, get back at, like, like Fey lords or something, like the people that like banished you.
I mean, my banishment was kind of like an agreed upon thing.
So then who are the Archfey that you want to go after then?
Like all of them.
You just
Look,
said you didn't want to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, and well, Archfey are different. They're, remember, sliding scale. They're barely people.
So why is your best chance to deal with these Archfey to sell yourself to the fragment of an eldritch god that is more likely to kill you than help you?
I'm on a pretty short time window, Hayne. I think I told you this. I don't have much life left. I don't exactly have the joy of being able to sit around and wait for the next best opportunity after this one.
If all you need is time, I could give you time.
This isn't the first deal I've made, Hayne. Most of my life just isn't my own anymore. Look, I just had half of the skin ripped off my body, and the others are waiting, and I think Orca's probably going to come bursting through that door, sword ablazing, if we don't. They should know I'm fine.
But you're not fine. You still have this thing in you.
Okay, well, I'm fine for now. Yes, it's still there. It's not hurting me. I no longer am being consumed by a book. I have skin again. All in all, it's a win.
This is not a win.
She just sighs and just goes to leave. And goes to find the others. Imagine Orca's just like posted up. Like standing there.
Like a sentinel. As you go out, she's talking out loud to Mel, talking about how she doesn't get, if they don't leave in like 5 seconds, she's about to burst in.
And just like, called that one. And it's just like, and she just like puts both of her hands up, like in front of her, and just like, look, skin.
Are you okay?
All good. No more
I didn't
book.
like that pause.
She's lying.
I'm not lying. I
She's
said no more
refusing
book.
treatment.
But she's not booked anymore.
But she still has the fragment inside of her. And she refuses to let us take it out of her.
The issue was
What-
the book. And the consuming of me through book. I didn't want to become a book.
I wouldn't want to become a book either, but
The
Why-
book is just a tool of this thing. It's the real disease.
Orca kind of looks at Ren and Hayne, and she kind of has a moment where she looks at Ren, and she's just like, she kind of pulls back, but she tries to give Ren a look like, I want to talk to you later.
This gives Orca having the silent girl conversation.
Yeah, like it's very
sheer
fluid.
eye contact.
So what you're saying is that you're completely fine with being corrupted by a god, but being corrupted by a book is where you draw the fucking line?
I mean, the book was also the god, but it was extremely painful, and I would have like half not owned myself anymore. That seemed a bit extreme.
Are you gonna sit here and say she doesn't look already way better without the book on her? Like, let's be honest. As cool as it was a little terrifying. Like, I'm glad you're no longer in pain and that you have your skin back. And she just kind of like reaches over, just like lightly touches her skin. Like, see, we're
She looks
good.
exactly the same to me.
Well, that's because
There's a small-
you have your special vision that we all
There's
wish
like a small flinch, and like a tiny flinch from Ren, just like, ugh.
Oh,
like
I'm so
that one.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, not from you, from what Haynes said, but yeah, you'll pretend it was from you poking her.
Like, Orca immediately like backs us, like, do you need me to heal you? We can go grab stuff.
Now Rodolfo got me. I had you know what? She like looks over at Mel and she's like, nope, never mind. Keep that one to myself.
Mel just sitting there with like the worried face because she doesn't fully understand what the hell the thing. Like, they can explain it, but she doesn't like fully understand. But she just knows bad.
Orca's just kind of sitting here like she's sitting here like she did something with a god for a reason.
Look, why can't I be held to the same standards that we hold Wolfheart?
His
Not to
wasn't a
disagree.
choice.
Not to disagree with you, but is Wolfheart's wolf a god?
An evil
By
one at
his
that.
people's standards, yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like
That is
a
wild.
freaking. And he does like the like double, like both of her hands do the thing where they make like little like claws, and she's like, yeah, he's like a reality something. I don't know. It was mostly just like fighting, feeding, and fucking the last time I checked, so
What a life.
it was hard to get a real, but yeah. And there was like this weird whale. It was
The moment she says whale, Orca just gets really excited, like, whale?
no, not that kind of whale, Orca.
What kind of whale? What
Yeah,
other
not
kind of
a-
whale is there?
This was I feel like reality bloody space whale.
Space whale.
Yeah, it
You had
was.
me at whale. Whales are
It's-
cool.
Yeah,
I like whales.
No. Whales are great, Orca. Whales are great. Anyways, so yeah, let's just.
Are you hungry? We have a hog or a boar. For you
Orca,
to
I'm a
eat.
Orca, I don't eat meat.
Offering
Did
to the
you-
person who's been vegetarian the whole time.
You were just a book too. Maybe that changed.
Did you think that I was gonna all of a sudden change my eating habits because I was becoming a book?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just trying to offer the best support I can. Like, I was prepared to spear the doctor in there if he didn't fix you.
She just walks over and gives Orca a hug and gives her a pat, like, I know. It's okay, you can put the sword away.
Mel
Orca
just-
returns the hug, but also extends a hand to Mel. Like, you can join in this.
Sure. I was gonna hand Bluebell things she does eat because pain like that takes a lot of energy. And I don't
Very
think
cool.
she's eaten in the last little bit.
Good plan.
I mean, if I wasn't a vegetarian, I could probably eat a whole pig, but that's gross, so.
We'll have to find her a vegan pig.
Mel gives you
vegan pig.
Yeah,
Can
an herbivore.
The canned what?
I was just saying Mel gives you food you can eat.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
Well, didn't we have plans to go into, like, the forest or something? We got places to be, right?
That was before you bookified yourself.
Well, yeah, but I'm not a book anymore, so we can go. not stoked about camping, but you know.
There really is nothing else to do in this town.
Not really.
We gotta go find Wolfheart.
Yes. Oh god, I hope Elias is alive.
While they were having their moment, Hane has slipped back into the office and went to grab the book to try and commit to memory as much of it as he can before they left.
Okay.
Now that it's not all possessy.
Yeah.
You just keep the book. Rodolfo's not in there. You'll never know. Steal it again.
That's what got us into this
No.
mess in the first place,
I
damn it.
was only going to borrow it in the first place, and then it got adhered to your body.
All right. Yeah. You have the you don't have the keen mind feed, do you?
No.
Okay.
Keen Mind also doesn't do that anymore.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't do what anymore?
It doesn't make it so you have a photographic memory anymore. It basically just gives you like expertise in history or something.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
I mean, those can functionally be the same thing sometimes, so
Yeah.
I think it's just a more quote-unquote mechanics way of expressing the same.
That or investigation, which I already have.
Mm. Either way.
All right. I'd say at a quick glance, you wouldn't be able to retain a whole lot, but you'd be able to retain some.
You get a general gist of what the book's about?
The general gist of the book is a variety of ways to cause as much chaos as possible.
Mm. Probably through necromantic means, given
Yeah, that's part of it.
Well, I mean, given the devotion to the entity in question.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One of those ways of creating chaos is spelling chaos with K.
Yeah. The main thing I want to try and memorize is the ritual that Rodolfo spoke about that he found in this book.
Okay. Yeah, you would find that pretty early on in the book.
Okay.
He just rips out one page of this book, like, you know the sick part.
Book actually has anti-tamper measures and explodes.
Yeah, the ritual revolves around the knowledge of cleansing a soul.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll memorize it to the point where I'm fairly certain I could teach someone how to cast it if needed.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, that could be done. It's a simple spell.
A simple 7th level spell.
Yep.
It's just
It's a
like a
simple spell that takes a
circle.
lot out of you.
It's just like a circle with like a big X in the middle. Like, stand here. You're good.
It's a stop sign, but the word stopped put into it.
Lots.
Here's a question. You said it's a ritual, right?
Yes.
If I was to spend the time to gain the ritual caster feat, would I be able to cast the spell? Or do you have to expend a spell slot?
This one has to expend a spell slot.
Okay.
It is ritual insofar as flavor, not ritual insofar as
Ritual spell. Yeah.
actual mechanic. It's like, you know, how Resurrection has a cast time of an hour, but it's not a
Right.
ritual spell.
Yeah. I just know that like sometimes like certain spells can be like you can like forego like the material cost if you just spend more time casting it. Like if it was like a 24-hour casting time, Like that would be enough to like equate to such a high level spell. But mechanically, I understand it requires a spell slot.
Mhm. All right. Anything else you guys would like to do at the house?
Nope.
Har.
I'm good.
All right. Two of you other fuckle trucks have anything you want to do?
No.
All right.
Wolfheart, I just want to rage around.
I want to stop my feet and get all mad.
Want to glare at people. Cool, I guess we find Wolfheart and Elias then.
Yep.
Then you guys walked back. Elias is just like having what he is treating as a staring contest with Wolfheart. And you just like you hear Elias say to him as you're walking back, he's like, "You know, buddy, you got a smile that could light up a room. Anyone ever tell you that?"
The axe would have gone out after about a minute. He's just not looking at you.
That middle distance staring.
Basically.
Yeah.
But maybe if I don't look at it, it won't keep talking to me.
Yeah. We come up and run like waves.
Elias, it's pretty easy to tell that whatever you're saying to Wolfheart, it's not getting through. I just assume you're talking to fill the space.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're back.
Ren waves with her non-bookified arm.
Oh, look at you. Little less leather-bound.
Sort of like flips her hair with that hand, just like, yes, I know, thank you.
So, what did we learn from this experience?
Absolutely nothing.
Why am I not surprised?
Look, in the spirit of honesty, I definitely still probably most for sure have the fragment of the god still inside me. I just no longer have the book accompanied with it. That's all.
Oh, okay. So we just shed the negative consequences of our poor choice, and so now everything's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks, Orca.
The surface level consequences, anyway.
Oh yeah, the ones that are inconvenient for her at the moment. Not like this could ever end up being inconvenient for you.
Mel just sits next to Wolfheart. And all of
Well,
his grumpiness.
I'm gonna eat some breakfast.
I do gotta say though, and I say this with all sincerity and genuineness, it takes a lot of balls to be able to say, you know what? I can house a fragment of a god inside of myself. I can just use that as a thing. Like that's not something that's above me. That's another tool in my toolkit. I respect that. That is some confidence that I have very rarely seen in an individual.
Red just thinks to herself, she's like, Hayne would call it stupidity and stubbornness.
I was literally about to say confidence
Yeah.
and stupidity is a fucking fine line.
Yeah.
Confidently stupid.
Confidently stupid. Red just looks over at Elias and is like, there's actually no malice, no nothing. And it's just like, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
In her head, she's like, and she like side eye looks over at like, well.
Elias is like half disappointed that Ren hasn't seemed to notice that he's back to his dusk form, but his dusk form doesn't look like it used to.
She's noticed, but she's just had, we're still a little traumatized and hiding it through smiles and happiness.
Oh, hey, I know that.
Yeah, we're still lingering on a lot of pain. There will be nightmares, I'm most for sure. Anyway, so do we have everything we need for camping? We're going off into the woods, right?
I mean, did we decide where we were going? Because we had a couple ideas, but everyone said we had to deal with your whole thing first before we made
And
any
it's dealt,
solid
but
decisions.
I
And
thought
actually, a lot of the plans that we made, if I remember correctly, revolved around you still having a book arm.
Rodolfo
So I don't know
still
what the plan
has.
is now.
Rodolfo still has his assistants missing.
yeah, that. She points at
We're
Wolfhard.
going
And you're
to
like,
go find them.
yeah, and to the east in the woods.
Very cool.
Wait, the ones that went into the mist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were serious when you agreed to do that? You know how dangerous it is in there?
What were we gonna get paid for it?
100 gold.
Not enough, if I remember correctly.
I mean, we're not going into the mist entirely.
I
think they
remember
only made it like
something
Didn't they only make it like a few days journey, or what we figure?
We were going to investigate that encampment a few days
Yeah, see?
east of here, and then from there we were going to see what we could figure out.
Hey, look, if we need to make a quick getaway, I can just bring us right back here to Kader's Galera when we're done.
Got the teleportation
That's
circle?
If you don't, no, like that's if you're not the first one to start the hallucinations.
I've been through hallucination misty fog before.
Oh, I don't think you've been through stuff like this before. But who am I to tell you guys what to do? And you know what? It'll be entertaining to say the least. Let's go.
Krita,
Hi.
you probably didn't see it. Wolfhard did
Oh,
ask
yeah.
if you'd finished.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
She hands him the entire like necklace charm back, and around each little figurine there is like whatever ribbon associated with each one is like braided around it, so it like sits around it in like a halo or a loop. She made it fancy for you, man.
It's not exactly what I expected, but it's nice.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't sleep.
No, it's fine. I'm not upset. Thank you.
Welcome.
He just kind of side hugs Mel because she looks like she needs it.
Oh! I met someone who could see the ghost like I can last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. She came in at like 1 in the morning. And she could see the beheading people. Yeah. Hers was through a traumatic thing, though. I never met anyone who could see the ghost like I can before.
This is fair, yeah.
I assume this is going on where they're like, well, that's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah. Basically, the sidebar while Ren and Elias continue their spat.
Whoa, we're not spatting for once. This is mark it on the calendar.
Real fast.
How long,
that's your
how
job.
long did the how long did the freaking the silent treatment last?
A couple weeks.
Feels longer.
it's because for us, it was.
It was a few months.
Ah,
And also, most of it was travel time, so it probably is longer than that, but we only remember the moments where it was specifically mentioned.
All over a misunderstanding.
Say more disagreement than misunderstanding, but
Anyways,
ideological differences.
All while this is going on, Orca's gone over to where the food is, and she just starts quietly eating.
All right, what next?
I guess we go camping.
Was that the plan? I honestly couldn't. Oh,
Yes.
that's right, because the little green square is the camp.
Yeah.
That's right.
I've
Okay,
been staring at this green square for months. I feel like, and I'm just like, please let us go to this square.
yes, that was the plan.
Yeah. And I know Ryan really wants to fight something, and our best chance at finding something to fight is in.
This is very true.
Yeah.
I want to fight something I have an actual chance of killing.
Exactly.
Let's go create acts of violence.
That we win.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
It would be nice to win a fight.
Yeah, we've won 1 of 4. No, 2 of 4.
Great record.
50-50.
Oh yeah, yeah. We won the what was
The first one, and then
ground- the ground? Oh, yeah,
bullet.
the first one.
Yeah,
Ground monster?
the bullet. Yeah.
The bullet. That's what it was.
I don't
Before
count
we,
the dream fight.
No, I was okay.
Yeah.
Then I mean, still 2 of 4. Considering
Before we,
considering teleport fucky man was kind of, we'll call it a draw.
Hey, look, they say that the teleport fight was going really well until Ren's head exploded. Or the dream fight. I think I said teleport fight, but dream
Yeah.
fight.
Anyways,
That was in your head.
Yeah.
Still.
Really fucked up, man.
that's why it doesn't count. Anyways,
But before we leave, at some point, like as we're all like kind of hanging outside, and Ren's just gonna be like, "Oh, I think one of my things fell out of my hair when I fell out of bed this morning. Be right back." And is gonna go back inside the barracks, and then she's actually gonna go find somewhere to puke. Like
Oh my
everything
God.
that she ate that Mel gave her
gone.
does not stay
Expelled.
down. Just
Yeah, you do so.
Understandable.
And puke.
We have like a map that we marked this shit on, so we can all just be like, "Oh, here we are," whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Mel's just kind of like looking at the thing, just, oh, we get really close to Conclave Land. Huh.
Is that going to be a problem?
No, Raven Feather is a bit traditional because it's one of the older conclaves still. So they do have land rules once we pass into the land, but it's nothing that will be a problem for us. The biggest ones is mostly just don't purposely start fights with creatures who don't mean you harm. Like if they get aggressive to you first, that's one thing, but if they're just existing, then to leave them be.
Effectively, I'm assuming the rules are don't harm nature without due cause.
Don't take more than you absolutely need. Don't don't harm those you don't need to.
Yeah,
It's basic things, really.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. When there was
heard that, Elias. No poaching.
when there were still druid conclaves in Selenara, that's used to be a thing, but those have long since abandoned.
Most conclaves now aren't really big enough for land rules because they're only big as the city or town or village or whatever. So it's not super common. It's honestly just more basic decency in land areas. But Yeah, we will have to kind of watch out though, because godlings do live in the forests.
What?
Forest spirits.
Oh.
Sometimes they can play pranks.
Hmm.
Which
Are you talking about the Karakri?
no, they're literally called godlings. They're like little children, or
I
they
mean,
Yeah,
look
the
like
Karakri.
children.
No, I was going to say maybe it's the same thing under two different names.
Oh yeah, I've never heard them be called that before.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Forest spirits dressed in robes, wear masks, look like children. Supposed to treat them politely, otherwise they'll fuck with you.
The ones I've seen don't wear masks, but yeah, basically the same thing.
I mean, maybe the ones that Elias knows are a different group.
Probably.
If they're sentient enough to be able to take slight at things, they're sentient enough to form communities. So.
Ren comes back out of the barracks. He's just like, okay, let's go camping.
Yay, camping.
Yay, camping!
With her mouth full of food. Camping?
Elias is more fucking
You're a camper.
See, Ren does glamping.
Yeah.
Mel does camping.
Elias definitely does glamping.
Yeah, Ren does glamping but has nothing for it, so she's going to be camping, wishing she was glamping.
What's Hayne doing in all this?
Mad.
You can see off to the side while everybody's like talking about like getting their stuff together to leave. Hayne is just kind of like sitting on a bench, and then like next to him is Trig with his hand on his shoulder. Looks like they had a interesting conversation, and now it's just silence between them.
The instrumental part of The Hardest Part by Lil Dicky is playing in the background on piano.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I think as everyone's doing that, Wolfheart would head over and just... Am I interrupting anything by being here? If so, it can wait, but...
No, you're fine. What's up?
I think you're probably just as disappointed as I am in this outcome.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. I suppose that means we'll have to watch closely. But, he kind of fumbles with his, necklace for a bit before pulling off the, wolf. I want you to hold on to this for me, if you would.
What is it?
When a Jaeger dies, their body is burned. Sometimes people close to them hold the ashes. As you can see, and he gestures to the other four, which you can see are full of ash. I've held on to my fair share.
Is this for you or for her?
It's a sign of trust, I suppose. That's... If I fall, you would honor the tradition. But also, I guess, some form of unwritten pact. I don't.
I'm no
I
stranger
don't
to helping others pass on, so I can help you with that. I'll pocket the wolf necklace.
I'm sure you've probably heard, but we're leaving soon.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, and everybody else is.
As you guys are having this conversation, Ren, you feel this tugging in your mind, and the voice returns, and your attention is shifted to the two of them, technically three of them, over at a bench nearby.
If you think about it, it's technically 4 of them.
Yeah.
But yes.
And the voice goes, "Look at them, plotting against you for your decisions."
Oh no.
Oh no. This soon, bro? Come on.
They're scheming of ways to eliminate you.
Ren's eyebrows kind of like just squint together, just like the tiniest amount. And she just sort of thinks back at the voice, and she's just like, I think you're being paranoid.
They don't trust you.
Can you blame them?
They're exchanging symbols of trust with one another.
I exchanged a symbol of trust with Wolfheart already. I'm gonna out positivity this stupid god. I will do everything to quite distrust it, but I'm sure with enough poking and prodding.
I absolutely love the hubris of, no, I wouldn't fall into a cult. What do you mean?
I know.
I know all about cults. I could never fall into a cult. You're like 5. No.
Yeah.
I'm
sure with enough time, but this is just the first poke. So this is just where there's the first chink in the armor.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to be aware of the situation.
Is this gonna be a regular thing? Are we gonna visit each other all the time like this?
There's no response.
The answer is yes.
Of course it is.
Sort of just wipes the look off her face before anybody catches her staring at the others with like a bit of a frown. And she'll just clap her hands together and be like, well, no time like the present.
Ooh, camping.
Yeah, she hooks her arm with Orca.
Elias in the background remembering he doesn't have a cardigan and just,
Yeah.
yay, camping. Fuck.
Yeah, Ren has hooked her arm with Orca and is like, all right, let's go.
Just going along with it.
Yeah. Just like, you have words for me. It's just like...
I'll double check she has all of her rocks.
You appear to have
You
all of your
triple
rocks.
check, God damn
Oh,
it.
good. Oh, good.
We can't afford to lose even one rock.
Exactly. They're her favorite rocks. Anyways, but then also what's some of the boar that can still be used for like jerky and whatnot, she grabs what too, because there's no way in hell. Fuck, how many people actually eat meat here?
How many people actually, yeah, would eat it?
Free.
Yeah. It's
So funny.
you, Orca, and me.
Yep.
I mean, I guess Han can put
Elias,
it down his neck hole if you
Does
want.
Elias eat?
Elias, too.
Elias eats for shits and gigs. He doesn't have to.
Oh, right, yeah, he doesn't have to.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Eats.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there's no way in hell three
Look.
people ate a fucking entire boar.
Look, it's fine. Han can just shove some jerky down his neck hole.
We just leave it behind as like a thanks for housing us. And just leave that for whoever else is staying in the barracks.
And then
Conventional
just,
pork.
like put it on like a metal spike or whatever, like a fork or something. Just hold it in the fire until it turns to ash. I guess
Just like
like
a sign on it that says free.
Yeah, it's just got a free pig.
Free to a hungry home.
Who wants geyser jerky?
I'm going to ignore that.
Disgusting.
We
Yeah.
travel.
As you
You
get ready to
travel.
leave, you see Tristan.
Oh, good.
He's walking with Sylvia.
Oh,
They're
nice.
they're not holding hands or anything. They're just walking together, talking.
I mean, that's a step.
Yeah.
Red lets out the biggest gasp, like huge gasp. And she just like elbows Orca, like look.
Orca looks and she kind of remembers from the day before. So meh. You see a couple
Meh.
once, you see them everywhere.
Oh,
I made that happen.
damn.
You did?
I did.
She kind of just like looks and nods and just pats her on the back, like good for you.
Like,
Not trying to be like condescending, but just like cool.
and then she like turns around looking for someone else to be excited about this with, looks at the rest of her party and is like, God damn it. Sort of like
What do you mean Mel's there?
well, yes, but Mel has been in an existential mood. And so she's like, I'm not sure if Mel would be into romance right now.
Yeah, she doesn't realize Mel doesn't even know if she's alive right now. So.
Exactly.
I don't know if Mel would be that interested. I mean, I guess she'd be like, oh, that's cute.
Also, I just assume Mel was probably walking with Wolfheart, and Ren is like, I'm not gonna go near him right now.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
What is your problem? For the love of God.
I know you're not talking to me, but what is my problem? Is that bitch right there?
Honestly, if my cat were to have a human voice, that would be it, and that would be exactly what
Shit,
she
I'm
would
so
say.
sorry, honey. I'm so sorry.
It's the bitch that keeps telling me what to do.
I
there's
swear
a-
to God, if you bite my foot, we're gonna have problems.
Don't eat the
Bite
curtains,
foot,
church.
damn it.
Don't eat my laptop, church. What can I eat?
It's not my
Does
laptop,
Tristan
it's
see
my
me?
leg. He'll just choose violence and just go for my ankle.
Okay, anyways.
He does not appear to notice you.
Okay. I will leave them to their
Do I
romancing.
see the name I definitely cannot fucking pronounce to save my goddamn life?
Oh,
This
you're
goes-
talking
elf
about
too.
the-
Ghosty lady.
The elf, yeah. No, you do not.
Okay.
The East Coast, West Coast.
You remember she mentioned that she had a lecture early in the morning.
Yeah, fair.
That's right.
Listen, she probably left in the time it took us to go make sure Ren didn't explode into paper.
Definitely did.
She probably got woken up.
She would have
Oh,
left before that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, as she was not present during Ren's.
I can imagine if anybody
Awakening.
else was in the barracks when I woke up screaming, must have been like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, when you woke up
Man, I
screaming,
hate
you guys were
Destiny
the only
2.
ones in there.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Man, I hate Destiny
Finals, am I
2.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
The trauma of school.
Well, to be fair, we're only in the guest barracks, so like.
I
yeah,
mean,
well, I didn't know. Since there was her in there, I didn't know if there had been other people.
But she did say her care. Well, either way, okay, whatever.
Yeah, anyways.
The point is she's not there. Yeah, we start traveling. Mel vaguely breaks out of her existential crisis to sit there and be like, "Oh my god, Hane!" And basically says the same thing she told fucking Wolfheart earlier about also ghosty bitch and how
Someone
there is
else-
apparently a difference.
someone else can see the ghosts you can't. Oh my god.
He sees ghosts. We're seeing the humans, the spirit in general. Like,
The
yeah,
indomitable human spirit decapitating itself so many times.
no, not
That's what living in
itself.
America is like.
What exactly is the difference?
I don't fucking know. I can see one of them.
I was gonna say, because I see the spirits of everything, so it'd be weird if I couldn't see the spirits that you see.
But
if they
he
are
hasn't seen the
spirits.
spirits I see.
Who?
You?
Oh, why did you talk about me in the third person? I'm right here.
I didn't.
You said
It's-
he.
It sounded like you said he.
Yeah. I think briefly you
you?
might have.
I might have. You know what? I'm so fucking tired right now.
But you
Yeah.
sounded that was so cute. But it was like you, Krista, had an existential crisis.
I mean, that happens often enough, yeah.
That was funny. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. But-
Wait. So, if I can see the spirits of everything except for the specific spirits that you can see,
Mhm. I don't know what it means either. Don't worry.
can you only see dead spirits? Is that a thing?
What the fuck is the difference?
Exactly. I
What?
don't really think there was a difference either, because like you're either a living person or a living spirit. But it kind of sounds like, because all of the ones that you see are like people that have died, right?
Yes. Sometimes I see them when they're stuck in their death loop. That's not fun.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, the way that I understand it is like when you like a ghost, like the spirit, the humanoid spirits that I see.
Mm.
Those are like they're alive, but they're incorporeal. I can't see the spirits that you see.
No, because you definitely probably would have been confused about the people being beheaded in the corner of the room all night. I was, at least. And then me mocking the kid that blew himself up to try and like impress a girl would have also made a lot more sense.
I'm so glad to be getting out of this town.
You and me both, buddy.
I mean,
Mel just said they're like,
That was just
yeah,
me.
those are
but-
just the ones I noticed. Just like internally, she's just like, those are just the ones that I paid attention to. There are so many, even as we are walking right now. Man.
yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, none of the ghosts I've ever met have been like that, where like they're like maimed or in the process of being killed. They're just incorporeal people. Is there a difference between a living and a dead ghost?
I've definitely met different ones who are very coherent, though.
Like, I always
I know that
assumed, like, when a ghost dies, like, it's just, like, being forced to pass over.
I've never heard of ones being passed over as far as I can see, so. The lady I met said that the ones that I'm seeing are the entire complete spirits, and the ones that you are seeing are just ghosts in their entirety. So one is a haunting, and one is ones that are just here. I don't understand the difference either. I probably should have asked who she was more.
Yeah, I don't know. There's another question to ask my people the next time we run into them, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. So wait, here's my question. So obviously we are seeing different spirits. Can yours like interact with people and like touch and move things and whatnot?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
like they're incorporeal, but they're still like around. That's why I thought like maybe yours were like from like the deep ethereal, because like the more it's almost like you're seeing into another plane of existence. Where like the ghosts that I usually help out are undead that are stuck on the material plane, and so I'm helping them kind of pass over and move on with their afterlives.
Mm. Some of the ones that I meet are very coherent and they're very nice, and then some of them are coherent and are not.
Eh, some of the ghosts that I meet aren't very nice either.
Yeah. It really sucks when a thing that can touch you starts like hitting you, and because I can't touch them back.
Do you have any silver?
Yes, actually. Shows off her definitely not fucking. Shows off rings that are definitely made for someone of very fancy bitches and not someone who lives in a fucking forest all the time. The nice silver is just like caked in dirt and shit. Like whatever filigree was carved into it is just absolutely filled in.
Well, I've always found that a silver blade is a bit more effective against those hostile ghosts. I don't know, maybe you could try punching them with your rings. Maybe that will do something.
Maybe.
I'm sure you could also
I
ask
mostly-
Elias to make you a silver blade as well.
I think Grandma has one for me, actually.
Oh, well, there you go.
Or Grandmother. Grandmother might have one. She likes fancy things like that. She also says that I'm very much more of a silver person than a gold. So, I don't get what that means.
Well, silver is usually better when dealing with supernatural things like spirits, where gold is more of a poison. Like, that's something you use to kill the living.
Oh.
There is such a thing as gold poisoning.
Whoa. Definitely not at all what her grandmother means, but like.
I mean, that's just the first thing that I thought of when I. What's the difference between gold and silver?
No. Like, that's Krista being like, no, definitely not what her grandmother means. But like, it's funny having that explained that way. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, we're just vibbing, I guess.
Awkward silence as we continue to walk on.
Ren has put like just like a tiny pace faster for her and Orca to walk, so that there's just like a small gap that kind of eventually starts growing, so that she can like talk to Orca in private.
So, you got a god in you.
I mean,
So you got
Mazel tov?
detention.
so you got a god in you. What to do next? Welcome to this 3-part guide. Welcome to this 3-part video series.
I
So
mean,
you made a deal with the Eldritch being.
I mean, so you've got a god in you is like, I guess that could be an alternative title for the Stone Witch Horror.
What to expect when expecting
What-
divine retribution?
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's retribution. Anyways,
Destruction?
to be used as a divine puppet.
It's too wordy. But yeah, she'll just sort of like tap herself and like on like the middle of her chest and be like, yeah, I guess. Not a whole god, that'd be a bit extreme. I probably also wouldn't be standing here. I probably would have vaporized, but you know.
Fair. So a fragment of a god of the undead, correct?
I think so. From the very
Why?
small amount I got from part, it was very kind of like that.
I'm guessing you guys have talked.
Who?
You and Calyptos.
Oh! I guess, kinda.
I'm guessing a deal was made of sorts.
Again, very... Kinda? It's very vague. I was expecting it to be a lot more, like, harsh and binding and blah 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 blah, but...
I mean, waking up with your skin as paper kind of seems pretty binding to me.
Yeah, no, that was rather binding. I'm glad we removed that binding. Not particularly enjoyable. It hurt going on when it was just book, and then it hurt going on, or like when it was just like the leather part of the book, and then it hurt a whole lot going on trying to rip my arm off, and then it hurt also a whole lot when it tried to consume my skin, and then it also hurt a whole lot coming off. So
Yeah, that is a lot.
mm-hmm.
And you wanted to keep the fragment of him inside of you?
Yeah.
Why? Not judging you, of course. I'm guessing since the fact that you kept it, you have your reasons, and I'm not going to judge you based on that. I'm just curious.
I mean, why would anybody want the piece of a god inside of them?
He's offering you something, or
Oh, I don't
promise,
think so.
or the promise of their presence is going to get you something.
I feel like I'm sort of off a lot of the norms of what people normally experience when it comes to like divine sort of presence. Because it's been very vague. So it's hard to tell. I'm in a bit of a fake it till you make it kind of strategy at this point, so we'll
Not
see how
terrible.
it goes.
When I first
Could be
saw
worse.
the mother, yeah, he could have pulled you down to the bottom of the ocean, in the process shipwrecking your boat and possibly killing your friends.
Red just like blinks a couple times, like,
It could always be worse.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I didn't tell you. I was on a boat for a few months. We went to the Beluga Trench, and then these huge sea monsters pulled out the water, shipwrecked the boat. My friend disappeared. I'm still looking for him, and they kind of dragged me under, and then I was at the trench in front of her.
Ren's just giving you the look of like just like, bitch, what? Like, okay, sure.
The mother
Wait,
of,
is that your current god?
Yes.
Okay.
I was looking for her, and eventually she decided to come. I got far enough, and then she was like, "Okay, now it's my turn," and then she sucked me in.
And that one, wait, and that's the, what's this one's name again? Sorry, I gotta get my gods in a row here.
Yeah, you most definitely do, considering you have one in your head. Mother of Abyss, the mother of blood. You guys like to talk about. She's back in. She's back for my
What?
home city. I'm not a paladin for her. I left.
A lot of mothers.
Yeah,
Did you know?
and apparently, and then there's the mother of Terra, which threw me off.
There's also a mother. There's an archfey in the Feywild. It's the mother of none.
Mother of none, as in None, or none, Nun.
None. No, not of nuns. Why would there be nuns in the Feywild?
Why wouldn't there be nuns in the Feywild?
Be a very strange place to find a nun.
I feel
But
like
no, None.
Huh. What does she do?
Well, she's the archfey of spring, so her and I haven't ever much to do with one another. She's not my biggest fan, so there are lots of stories. You have fans.
What did you do?
Okay, why does everybody always give me this accusing sort of energy?
I'm not accusing. I'm genuinely curious.
I was simply born wrong. If that.
I need a little bit more of an elaboration. Like, were you born feet first?
No, I was born as one instead of two. I'm one of 9.
Like, you
My
have
eight.
9 sisters?
No, I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters.
Okay. Okay.
They're
So
all
I'm
twins.
guessing- Oh. Interesting. Okay. That's unique. I wouldn't say it's wrong.
No, I was. My parents were sort of chosen in a way, as many generation. Well, every generation always, and there's a couple is chosen. They give birth to 4 sets of twins. It is like clockwork. It is known. It is how it was intended. And then I popped out. It was rectified after. My parents gave it another go, gave birth to another set of twins after me. And she does like the little bunny ear sort of quotation marks and goes and fixes the mistake I was. So.
Brushes you aside.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That sucks. What does this have to do with the spring? The mother of none.
That's another. Well, I'll tell you about that another time.
All right. I guess all of this goes back to why are you so cool with having a fragment of an undead god whose sole purpose is to destroy everything?
I'll be honest, it didn't really matter which god or which sort of power I found. This just happened to be the first one, and I'm on borrowed time, so, you work with what you got.
What do you mean by borrowed time?
Ooh, I have a very short lifespan compared to most
Because
Faye.
you're born as one?
No. I made a deal.
With another god?
I don't know if you could call her a god. I don't know what she is. I don't think anyone really knows what she is.
She sounds interesting.
She's terrifying. Yeah, no. I would never... The only reason I would ever go to her again would be... I don't even know. I don't even know what I would... I don't even know what circumstance would have me going back there.
How much time do you have left?
There's the rub. I have no idea.
Terrifying.
At least to my 200th birthday, because if not, then it kind of conflicts, and she wasn't willing to sort of go and, like, cause confliction with, like, another deal I have going on, so at least to 200. And then from there, it's basically just... Every day's a gift, you know?
How old are you right now?
199.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And you're hoping that with this gamble, it's going to give you some more time.
Oh, no. I don't think this will give me more time.
Well, if you have any questions about gods or stuff, I happen to have a bit of experience.
Yes, with 2.
Yes. 2 mothers. You can imagine the craziness.
Don't say that to Mel. She has 2 mothers.
You know I didn't mean it like that!
Well, I don't know what you meant. Anyways, is this what you wanted to talk to me about? You could have asked me this.
I'll have you know, my grandmother's gay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Orca. What? Okay, well, that's not
That's
what
the one part of the conversation we hear.
Yeah, it's so loud. I sort of like start pulling her faster away from the group. I'm like, what the fuck, Orca?
I'd like to be accused of being.
I wasn't
cruel or-
accusing you of that's not what I was accusing. You just made it sound like having 2 mothers was a lot. Like, you know, like it's just a crazy energy to have 2 mothers. I wasn't implying it was bad. Orca!
I mean, she's not wrong, but like...
I was implying mother of blood.
Okay, well, mother of blood and abyss also, can we agree that with the naming scheme, it's a bit, they also sound like they would be much, but if they wanted to be lovers, that would be fine.
They're sisters.
Okay, now it's weird.
Yes!
Come on.
Alright, well, anyways, moving, is this what you wanted to talk to me about?
No, I just want to give you, like, the space for you to process what's happening without judging you or yelling at you about having this god in your head. I figured you had your reasons, and I wanted to let you know that regardless of what happens, I have your back. That's it.
Oh.
Especially since Hayne seems, a little je ne sais quoi, enojado about your decision.
I can literally feel the disappointment radiating from all the way back there. I feel like I'm going to be scolded at every moment. I can feel like judgment just being, and she sort of like makes like a stabbing motion, just like straight into my spine.
The scent of betrayal.
Mel quietly as they're having this time. Are they talking about me?
And Red's making stabbing motions.
Elias just turns Mel's head towards everyone else. She's like, don't look at the money. It's fine.
We're walking in a straight line. Where else is she supposed to go?
You're walking ahead of us, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Like I know. What? Sorry, go ahead.
Whatever Hayne or Trig or Wolfheart do, I'll let you know something. They're not going to hurt you. Whatever.
Orca. Oh, you're so.
Okay. Let me rephrase. They're not gonna do it out of the desire to hurt you.
Even that's
Okay?
debatable. Did you see the way Wolf? Okay, well, I'm not. I guess maybe he's worried about Wolf, but his friend in his head, I could, yeah.
Didn't y'all have like a understanding with each other?
I don't think that's gonna hold. I wish it would. I would like to still be, their friend, but something
Then will
tells
it
me.
so?
I mean, I'll try, but there's only so much willpower one can have.
Bluebell, I have watched you carrying your way into most interactions, and you end up pretty unscathed. You're really gonna let this little debacle stop you from maintaining the friendship between these two? And guess what? As uncomfortable or as angry as they are towards you, they still care so much about you. That's not gonna change. And all you need to do is to maintain who you are. Don't lose yourself. This fragment may live within you, but you are still you.
Well, yeah,
they
but
care for you.
But see, the problem is me also wanting this fragment is also me, and they not a fan. They are not a fan of that. So it's a bit of a
Is it
it's
so
a bit
much
of a
that they're
toss up.
is it so much that they're not a fan of that, or that's just a side of you they have not yet seen?
Oh yeah.
Because let's face it, this is like from personal experience. This is probably some of the most you've talked to me about your personal life, besides the being accused of killing a queen.
Which I didn't do, by the way.
I didn't say you did it. I didn't say you did it. And while she's like winking, and I didn't try to kill my fiance. That was a joke.
Orca, when you wink, you kind of like almost blink your other eye at the same time.
Do I?
Yeah, you kind of like you gotta work on keeping the other one like more open.
I gotta work on being nicer. I gotta work on not whipping my sword around. I gotta work on not doing my winking. Is there anything I do right? I don't like your silence.
No, she's like giving you like a very like. It's not like she's struggling. It's just that she's like really focused. She's like really thinking about it in a way, not like it's trying to pick something.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need to work on being a good friend.
Yeah. I guess one thing. But anyway,
You're also very good at swinging your sword around when the moment, calls for it.
Well, the moment's gonna call for it very soon.
Well, I mean, you don't have to put that out into the atmosphere. Like, we don't need that energy right as we are leaving town. We can.
It was a given! And also, I'm looking forward to kicking the shit out of something. I'm tired of constantly losing.
Fair enough.
But anyway, back to the original point. She puts her hand on Ren's shoulder. Whatever happens, I have your back. And hell, if you feel like shit's getting kind of weird and scary, just talk to me. I'll keep the men off.
You'll keep the men off?
That sounded a lot worse than how I meant it.
Oh no, the men! Orca! Men!
Not the men!
She grabs Orca, it's kind of like shakes her a bit as her men. It's really dramatic.
I mean, I've attracted so many Janazis.
I know.
Yeah.
I have a very good collection of stories right about these encounters. What? Oh, I haven't. I forgot to tell you. Yes. I'm sort of trying to get like the ideas down about each one. So, you have to bear with me. It'll take some time. But they're going to be amazing.
You're now having this conversation.
Oh my god.
So Genasi just gonna appear in front of us?
As you're now having
there's-
this conversation.
A shift in the trees ahead of you
Oh boy.
as you enter into the forest,
Uh-huh.
and a winter Eladrin
Oh,
Oh,
steps
oh
out.
no.
Orca
Um,
immediately stands in front of Fred with her sword out.
He's holding in his right hand, rather easily, a dual-bladed scimitar.
I got so distracted
he-
by the book.
And he looks out toward you, Ren, and says, Ren, I've come to collect you. Me and all my friends. And they're shifting in the trees around you. And that's where we're going to end session for tonight.
Oh my
I love it.
No, I got
Who's
so
Red?
distracted. I
So
got
you
so
done got outed, girl.
distracted.
You just got. Oh, I guess you got dead names, but that's not quite.
Listen, it's fine. The shifting of the trees, the winter electric come out, and just the reflective shift of Ferox, and just, oh good, another mess of hers to clean up.
Oh, I got so caught up in the first problem. I
Anyways,
forgot
we need
about
to
my
let
old
we
problem.
need to let Joe close this.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
we do.
Joe.
So, on that note, I'm going to end the recording here. So, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next week.
bye-bye.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey.